You ever looked at a project or a dream or venture that you were so excited about just a few months back, and then somewhere in the middle of it, wondered if this might actually be the thing that exhausts you to pieces? And you start to worry that the passion you held for such an audacious goal, that passion just might not be enough to get you across the finish line. And it hurts because you want this. You want to finally have goals that are yours, not something society or someone else handed you. Parents, peers, but something you claimed for yourself. Goals that you want to be proud of accomplishing. Yet the climb seems more than you can bear right now. Like, just the weight of it is starting to crush the very joy that started the fire. Because, let's be real, in midlife, we're in midlife and not at the beginning of life. And the math feels different. Hormone levels are different, and your energy is not what it used to be. And the years that you have left are likely not as many as you have behind you. And you ask, is the payoff even going to reach me in time? Well, today we're talking about that. And here where you've landed today, this is a space for all of us that I like to call the inner room, because it's soulful in here. And it's where I do my level best to hold the walls back for all of us, for my ladies who are in menopause, so that we can explore the real, the beautiful, and sometimes flat out exhausting transitions of midlife. We name a thing here. And I invite you to name your thing too, so we can finally pause their noise to hear ourselves. And fan is going on because I'm getting hot. So we can finally pause their noise to hear ourselves, and so that we can manage the fatigue in order to finally have accomplishments that we love, ones that we're proud of. And if you're looking for a place so that you can just be and grow, if your life is no longer serving you, then welcome. You're in the right place. When you're in your 20s, you have time to waste on the wrong mountain, on the wrong climb. But here, in the heat of menopause, when your sleep is thin and your bones feel the weight of every year, the stakes feel higher. So let's talk a little bit about the struggle. Is hanging in there a testament to your soul and your life's work, or is hanging in there a stubborn refusal, you might ask? And you wonder, is it time to switch paths? And so I've been wrestling with and really reflecting on, how can I know that? So let's get into that part. How do you know when it's time to stay in a thing? So here's what you do. Look for clues. And I got to wondering, do you still feel even a tiny, because that's what life is about, electric sparks of curiosity? When you imagine this goal, does it feel like a should, or does it feel like a must? Think about it. Internally, you hold the answer to that. If your body is tired, but your spirit is still reaching, desiring, calling out for, that's the sign. And you don't need to throw in the towel, but you might just need a smaller, more manageable gear. Because just as you're about to decide that the cost is too high, it happens and something shifts. You reach a bit of a groove, and suddenly the steepness softens a bit, and you know that the horizon is just ahead. It feels like, even if for a moment, like euphoria. And you aren't just fighting your tech, or you're not just fighting the clock anymore, but you're finally feeling a bit of a stride. Everything just clicks. It's not a grand sign, but there's a tiny, tiny shift. And you're like, okay, I can stick with it a little bit more. I felt this so deeply, this conflict, this this within this past week. I was struggling with the conversations that I wanted to have. You may have seen that I talked about trying to really stay grounded when I'm having conversations, even though I have bullet points, and even a bit of a script, but the script is authentic. You can't imagine how much time and energy I put into making, maybe you can, put into making these scripts heartfelt, relatable, because I want to give us all something that serves us. You probably heard me say that more than once, but really that's the point to me. I was struggling with much of this just this past week, and I got to wondering, is it worth the exhaustion? And for now, because I still feel that spark when I think about it, I'm deciding that it is. And like I said, I almost gave up on the daily rhythm, of me posting videos every day, because the learning curve felt like a wall and I just didn't have the energy. And to be honest, I just felt like maybe I just don't have, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I just don't have the grit to do this climb. But I realized that life isn't about solving the whole puzzle all at once. So what I did is I built me a simple schedule. I don't have it right here with me. In fact, I talked to ChatGPT, and it was it ChatGPT, I think it was, and it helped me create a schedule that I can do as a screenshot on my phone. And so every day, this is the schedule that I aim for. So this tiny schedule is really a tiny, something that gives me a tiny, manageable rhythm that actually honors my energy instead of me fighting against how I feel now. And the second that structure hit the page and I read it and reflected on it, something felt a little bit more electric. And it didn't feel like a master plan for the rest of my life. It was just a piece. It was a piece. It was enough to hold magic for me in this moment. So, what is that thing that you can do to honor where you are right now? Feel a little bit hard, and but help you push past probably the exhaustion of it all. And that tiny shift suddenly made the process not feel like such a heavy weight. It felt like a little bit of wind was, it felt like a little bit of wind was behind my back. And I felt like that's the payoff of it all. Incremental sparks to keep life rewarding and to keep life exciting. So growth isn't about, as I was saying, it's not about grand gestures. It's about the manageable steps that lead you to a life you actually love living. This is the reward for every single day you choose to keep breathing when things don't seem to be adding up. I feel like it's the universe's way of saying, girl, you got this. And if you are still pulling your feet inch by inch through the mud, look at me. Look in my eyes. If that spark is still there, stay with it. Your resilience isn't just about finishing. It's about the honesty of chasing your own desires. Hang in there. We're doing this incrementally, and we're doing it together. So don't fret. I know our buoyancy is coming. I don't have all of the answers, but together we get very, very close to them. This is a place to explore. Here in the inner room is a place to explore. It's a place for us to interrogate in this tiny bit of the internet. It's a place for us to grow from the exploration that we do together, because the goal is not about perfection. Thank God, I think women have figured this out. It's only to create a life that we love. And that life is built on incremental changes that can actually be managed, that are actually manageable, not on being overwhelmed by grand gestures. It's not about the end goal. It's about getting up and sticking with the thing, finding something that can help you keep your passion. When you get a glimpse of the buoyancy, stay in it. Let that energy fuel you. Stay in it. You'll get another glimpse. Stay in it. Thank you for being inside the inner room with me today. Subscribe and like. It helps us to stay connected. Let's talk. Put your thoughts and experiences in the comments if you can relate and if you'd like. And most definitely share this video if someone you know can benefit from this talk. If someone you know can benefit from in midlife. If a woman that you know who's in midlife has a thing that's right on the horizon, share this video with them. Sometimes this whole thought just really takes my breath away. But if you have something, if you, like I said, if you know someone who's trying to stay with it, who's sticking with it, or if you see that they're not sticking with it, something that you once loved or something that you know that they once loved, and if they're struggling with what it's like trying to get to the top of the mountain, hopefully this can be some insight for them, and a place to know that there's other women out here just like you, who have big audacious dreams and goals, and just chomping away at the bit a little bit at a time, and feeling a little bit of energy and a little bit of spark when you do it. You're doing the right thing. All right. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the very next video. All right. Bye for now.